Again, guys, if you have any questions, we got our comment box or our chat box. If you're watching on the website, just click at the top of the window. It'll take you over to our YouTube. You can ask all your questions in that chat box right next to it. If I don't answer it right away, obviously we're in between sets. I'm always going to be checking on it. Just be patient, and we'll get to it, guys. Let's see if we get this streaming yet. Hear that, Ernest? He said it was light because you're weak. I'm just kidding. Ernest's not weak. Right, Chuck? Right. All right, let's see if we got this live streaming. Yeah, there it is. Now we're live. All right, guys, so I'm going to repeat everything I just said just in case you guys missed it. So, again, it's another Power Hour here at UFC Gym Huntington Station with Life of a Fighter. So tonight, again, we're going to have our chat box to the right. So if you guys are watching us on the website, just click over at the top window. Our comment box will come up to the right. You can ask any questions up there. If we don't get to it right away, obviously we're working our sets, and we'll get to it when we can. Today, we're going to be going over the clean and jerk, and we're going to be going for our PRs on the deadlift again, see how the 3x3 program has paid off for us so far. We'll go over the techniques of the clean and jerk first, a little bit of the techniques, like I said. We'll also evaluate the benefits of it, and just give you a couple little places that we can put it into current programs you may be having, and again, going back to the benefits of it all. All right, guys, let's get to lifting. Oh, I got a piece over there. What? What was your warm up? Sunday. All right, everyone, back to your bed. I don't know, like I felt like my shoulder kind of. The rest of everyone wants to go ahead and get his center. You get your center.
Go ahead. We had breath. Put everybody to shame.
You know what I'm
Just
saying?
stretched. Yeah, wow. That's it.
Yeah, Dylan. Yeah, Dana. What's up, guys?
I'm going to warm up to that. Do another set of that. What's that? 6, 4, 2, 1.
We're doing 10 reps?
And then I'm going to box out. Try to get, once I get 1, I'm going to try to get squaring down. Go down again to like 135, and then just burn it up. Try to get 10 or 12. Where's that? 1.
Where's Jarrell? We're next to someone?
He's going to the toy ride. He's going to go cruise the high school.
Thing I love about high school.
I feel like you should do some graduation. Like every time I see you split, I just like, talking, man. It just look like lifting. Laces.
It's okay, I'm gonna talk about it.
Alright. I just want to say that.
So Chuck, I think you should talk to me more about the technique today, and I can talk about all the other stuff.
Billboard, like once you guys do the warm down before you start actually trying to do some realistic world that have a drumstick here.
Hi guys, so we got our warm-up set in, and again, what we're doing with our clean and jerks today is we're warming up, building up to our 1 rep max. so we can calculate that into a strength, muscle building program, whatever we want to do from there. So this is, again, the build up and the progression that we're using, okay? Chuck's going to come over when he's done going over technique over there. Again, we call him form police. He's a little bit more technical. He'll dive into the details a little more. Then I'll be able to add in the benefits, some of the other things that train in your body, and where it fits into a program. So again, guys, leave comments below, to the side, and we'll get to them. Hope you guys enjoy. Let's get back to kicking ass.
Bring it up, sit down into it a little bit, get into that position, and you press up. Okay? Start working on that a little bit. Once you graduate, check your form, then you get a nice roll.
Good, man. On your food trip, you know, on the bus there, ready for lunch and what you do. You know, all the fun stuff. No worries. Yeah.
Do me a favor, keep your eye on the form.
Please come first. Right here. You want to go up. I look like an hour.
Make sure there's pullbacks.
So I should kind of try to play straight up. That's what I'm ready to do. Because as soon as you straighten up, the hip power is supposed to go up. Exactly.
Good.
One close to the bottom.
Hey, it's hosting. Yeah, Theo, what's up, bro?
Up on the toes. Sit This is power.
He's probably better coach. Chuck says, go on the hips. So when you pick up, pop, get here. Press it up. Is it all in the hips? It's all in the hips. The hips everywhere.
Alright guys, well we got the form police going around setting up our next set. I wanted to dive into the benefits a little bit before he goes into the technique. So a lot of the benefits, again, we're going to see common themes. Whether it's squatting, whether it's cleans, clean jerks, push presses or jerk press, deadlifting, really all sumo deadlifting, getting compound multi-joint lifts. That's, again, syncing up our nervous system, our neurological firings. They're all working together. Posterior kinetic chain, talking about the back of our body, whether it's from the back all the way down to our feet, getting it to time again. But also by activating all those muscles, we're getting a hormonal response out of it, not just with how much we're burning and all that, but ultimately the after effects of more hormones are being released. That means better recovery time, more muscle recruitment, and also we can push it harder in the next workout. All right, while Evan's kicking ass and taking aims, I'm going to move forward just a little bit to make sure I don't get cracked. Then we'll get the form police over here.
Underneath his elbows. Elbows, there.
Form police, tell the camera what's up. People want to know about that form.
You know what? I'm going to transition form police over to Evan today.
Oh,
Evan's going to do my form police.
So Evan, how do you feel about breaking down the form for the camera, for the peeps out there?
Feel great about breaking down the form.
All right,
Feel fantastic.
Let's get you up all in there, and let's ask you a couple of questions. So the first thing, we've covered deadlifting a little bit. We've covered our push press a little bit. But now when we're putting them all together, talk to us some of the finer points. Like we've covered what we call synergistic firing, or getting all this shit to line up together. Maybe comment in there a little bit and some technique.
Most important thing to focus on any real Olympic lift, a power lift, is the hips, hip extension at all times. Hip extension at all times. We want to make sure that we are getting the maximum power in the lift as possible. All of our power from our extremities comes from our hips, comes from our base, comes from our core. So with full hip extension, especially in the power clean, we're going to get full hip extension as the bar is coming up. And once we're hitting full hip extension, we're dropping under the bar. Everybody thinks that we need to pull the bar up. We don't need to pull the bar up. We just want to rip the bar up, keep it in our grip as our hips fire up and through, and once we hit extension, we're falling and dropping under the bar to catch it. That's really what it comes down to.
So I think you bring up a really important point. Is not having to elevate the bar as high as your shoulder, but being able to get your hips and your body underneath it for that drive.
Correct. As soon as we're hitting full hip extension is when we're dropping straight under the bar. We're not, like you said, focusing on the pulling of the bar, getting it up too high. We're focusing on driving up to full hip extension, and once we hit that full hip extension is when we're driving under the bar. Again, not pulling the bar, driving under the bar.
Bingo. With that being said, I'm going to jump in, get my next set. Dev,
Do it.
breaking it down, and then if we need to get more questions in there and anything comes up, we'll let you know. There it is. Feeling good?
Okay,
I'm feeling my hands, right?
once you get done with this, and I want to straighten the bar down and just put a hand inside.
Yeah.
Evan, what do you want to go through over here?
Exactly. Let's see this. Six. Tell me. Let's look at where you are. Right now.
I did 6.
Alright, so heavyweight a little bit. Heavy on this in a while.
More lock, so.
The last time I went, my one rep max was 205.
Get those rolls.
And I tried for 225 later. So I don't feel like 100% strong today, but I don't feel 100% weak today. So
For 6, 155, 165?
let's feel 155 on that. When's the last time you did these?
That's good. No.
It's going to help travel the body. And hopefully it'll just channel up.
What, you off?
If you do a certain number, you can point to my head. I think you're wrong.
So you get past this one sticking point and then it goes on. Now watch out.
Yeah, Kyle, tell the kids that, hey, you guys walk by the camera like that.
Hi, camera.
Now it's all time to go. Nasty, so I hope
I'm wrecking the plate. Get out of regular time.
Don't be a hero. We'll get you over there. We'll get you in time.
Mike, you ever see it? Mike, you ever see that version of warm-up? Progression of really any like snatch clean, mostly for snatch, you can use the progression for clean.
Is it like almost like a squat 12?
So like what I would first, just like kind of use when they come up, just one extension, and then kind of you can see the shrug, and then kind
So much nicer. That is so much nicer.
it breaks it up into like 6 of them. Exactly. Like version of large.
How'd you find
It's progression. It's like a CrossFit. And then the CrossFit, instead of level 1, they show us level 1. And it's definitely. Got top half that I know of. I've done the yeah, so.
That's something I'd like to link to. Like, let's say we'll do a thing we're talking about. We can even link to the comments and say, hey, got something good there. I'm gonna talk to the camera a little bit. Because I know they get lonely over here.
Ready? And
Yeah, Jared.
Good.
All right, guys. So we just started going over a little bit of technique with Evan. He came over, broke it down for us a little bit. We went over a little bit of the benefits. Now we're going to talk a little bit about programming. Where does it fit in? How do we fit it in? So again, what we can do is a lot of the Olympic lifts, or pretty much all Olympic lifts, you don't want to do by yourself. You want to make sure that you have a coach spotting you or a training partner of yours that has experience in it. You don't want to just go in there in the gym and just start throwing weights around. I'm going to angle off so we can see Dylan a little bit better. So again, this is the first time Dylan's doing this movement. And we have coaches here. We have made sure he's building up. We did a couple of exercises to warm him up that everyone's talking about that we'll actually link into our article. And we can kind of go from there. But again, where they fit in into our programming is honestly should be the first movement you're doing. And it's a great metabolism booster, muscle builder. It's also really important in a strength or power program. And this isn't something you're going to do in a phase 1 or a phase 2. This is something you're going to build up to over, we'll say, 4, 8, 12 weeks. Okay, guys, so this is something, again, I would recommend for athletes, for fighters, our combat athletes out there. Anyone that has to be explosive and powerful, whether it's one time or whether it's 100 times over and over throughout a fight, let's say, or in a game, it's a little different pace, so we would implement it slightly different, whether it's our rest periods are different, or whether we're just looking at different weights and how we incorporate it there. But either way, it's still going to be the same technique and a lot of the same great benefits we're going to get out of it. All right, guys, we'll go into that in a little more detail. We're going to get back over to the weights. Dane's breaking it down here.
But you're good.
she likes
Jared says he had Jared watches.
Wait till you get full hip extension.
That guy says, yeah, what's up, Jared? Again, this is also a good example of this is Dana's first time going into the progression. So Evan's kind of running her through a build-up to how we want to eventually get to the clean and how we're going to get to our press or our jerk at the end. So ultimately the key here, what we're looking at, is again, don't try and rush the process before you're technically ready. And again, this is where the coaching comes in. Trust your coaches, guys, or trust your training partners. But ultimately, before you pick that training partner or coach, just do a little research. Make sure they have either a background in this type of lifting or they have overall experience with technique for this type of compound lifting. You don't want someone that's new to the gym to come in and give you your tips. So again, what we're talking about, what we're building Dana up with is a 10 by 10 by 10 build up to an actual clean press. Okay? So first you start with just working from the ground and just getting good hip extension, almost like a deadlift. Then you're going to add in the calf raise. And then from there we can even drag the bar up our body almost into an upright row. And then all of these build-ups are ultimately getting you more and more comfortable to fire your hips fully and extending them, and also getting the rest of your body synced up to the lift. Now we can see Chuck and then Dylan going. Chuck, obviously, we have a little more experience here, so he's getting that good, clean form. Dylan, again, it's his first time, so we can see different variables and different build-up happening. Yeah, Chuck!
One more of those. Good. Next.
Start at that weight. Try to roll elbows up and back. That's
Good. Elbows up and back. Good. 3 more. 2 more. In. 1 more. Put it down. That bar close. That's the only thing you need. Now we're going to continue to catch. We're going to catch. We're going to catch position, right? We're going to lean back. Got it. Focus on full hip extension. Good. Full hip extension.
Don't you touch it! Don't you touch it! Alright, time to get the belt on.
Strange dude, backwards drinking his pre-workout Santa. Oh, what's up, man?
So guys, I had to come over and point out, this is a perfect example of hip extension and hip firing. Exploring through it. But first, I had to get this.
Hey, man, when it works, what's going on?
Oh! Yeah, cool. I took it down.
Bar. What is this, bar weight? Bar. What did you guys say? I respect it.
Start going belt.
I'm not going now.
Ernest, you going belt?
Can't wear it. I wasn't in. We're playing.
Oh, really? Yeah, no, that was a total idea. I started that. I was like,
Alright, yo, so I'm going for one. If I get one, I'm cool.
Really?
Chad, bring the legs up.
Whatever you want.
Why don't I gotta be the guy?
You apparently are the
What should I start?
So Jared, do you have any questions too, man, on some of the technical things that you think either the audience might have for us or that you personally are having right now? Just feel free to comment them as well.
Nice.
Got him, Ernest. So we get that hip fire, hip extension. Pow! There we go. And that's what everyone's talking about again, is being able to use your hips to drive that bar up. And you get underneath the bar. You don't need the bar to get all the way up to your shoulders and then try and pull it on top. So you get it up high enough and get underneath and drop.
You're back rowing it up. You're literally, your arms are struggling so hard. My arms are just there to grip the bar. That's it.
They're
It floats, bro. It floats in the air. Once I come here, it's floating in the air.
What's up, hips?
So I'm gripping it here, it's floating.
Trying to muscle it
You're exactly, you're getting here, and then you're just like, you're just rolling it up. Keep your arms straight, keep them there, and just focus on driving your hips. That's it.
Sneak on through. I got you. You guys sit here, and I'm going to ask you guys some questions. Alright, so you're going to represent the audience out there that hasn't lifted before, or at least hasn't done style lifts, or any lifting style lifts, not just arms. We don't know. But talk to me a little bit about how you found those exercises that Evan and Chuck were giving you to warm up on the smaller bar, just to get your hips firing and everything going
I
together.
think it worked out really well. It was a good explanation, a good breakdown of the steps. You get like a good understanding of it without going like too fast into it and worrying about like hurting yourself or anything.
Exactly. So let's put it a little in perspective too. So talking about injuries, obviously you've had your fair share of injuries before. So just give us a couple of them so that our audience can understand that just because you've had an injury, I've actually had a herniated disc myself. So there's no excuse there, guys. Tell us a little bit about some of your injuries so we get it into perspective.
Well, I mean, I've hurt my lower back, I've hurt my shoulder, so probably just like overtraining it, not resting it, and not stretching enough. I hurt my heel, and that put me out for a while, and that was pretty much for the last month or two. But yeah, it sucks. It's a big setback a lot of the time. So.
And even with all that being said, we're still able to first start with technique, like Evan, our form coach is going over right now, and being able to keep you in a safe, strong position so that we're not going to allow injury to either set you back or keep you stagnant. You're still able to move and progress yourself forward. So Dan, let's talk to you about the same thing. Now, not as many injuries, I don't think, right?
I just don't have cartilage in my knees.
Yeah, so again, no cartilage in the knees. that's an important factor too, guys. And that's why we'll also look at, all right, obviously we're not going to load you up with as much weight. We're not going to put you in a position to, A, hurt those knees further by either not being able to catch the weight properly or just not having your body weight set up enough where we go with the bar first. We go with just a no-weight stick to just get the basic down. You find any pain or any discomfort while we're doing it, or kind of felt pretty good, right? So I just wanted to kind of get some one-on-one with you guys to see how it felt. And obviously they're fine. We can get them on some more reps. And then we'll check back in maybe another 20 minutes and see how we're feeling. All right? Right, Chuck?
Whatever Pete said.
Yeah. Checking it on the body, how it's feeling. You need to know, people. We need this. Who got next? What's going down? Ernest is like, yeah, Chuck. Okay, Steve Harvey. I'm calling Steve Harvey. See what you just did? What's up, bro? Whatever. Just in time.
I didn't want to miss out on the games.
You need all the PRs.
I had to come here as soon as possible.
Like how?
You figured you would have been like somewhere.
All the games.
Nah, I'll say that for later. I'll say that for later.
Say that.
Save it for later. I said donuts in the parking lot. Like, what?
Although don't. America, Jesus, freedom.
Why they both?
Yeah, just because the answer without saying.
Bridgestone?
Just first. Huh?
Yeah. The big sales guy.
Oh, and it's up. Come on, America. This is where we start getting into some fun weight. By we, I mean Chuck and Evan.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go start getting into some fun weight.
Same thing, yeah. Whatever something you
Alright.
say.
Bars here.
Chuck. Why do you stop?
I know.
Why would you even do
Why would you even do that?
Pull up on your toes when you're at full extension. Yeah,
Ow.
Why would you lift it?
Think of like a roundhouse kick. Just come up onto those toesies, hip pops, bang.
yeah, there you go.
So again, guys, I just kind of stumbled upon while I was talking to Dylan another benefit we could translate with these hip movements into especially combat sports, but more specifically kickboxing and Muay Thai. Anything where we're doing roundhouse kicks and really turning over our hips. So the benefit, if you look at these movements, even if it's a deadlift, but more specifically what we're doing with our clean and press, is we're getting those hips to fire, fully extended. In that full extension, that's where the channel of all this kinetic energy is traveling up and coming from. So even if it's kicking, channeling it from the ground, traveling it up our hips and translating it through our leg into our shin, our foot, whatever we're hitting them with, that's another benefit. Not just physically, not just neurologically, but then both of those things coming together. And the timing is going to be that much better. And again, when we look at the energy system concept of it, we're going to have the power to have knockout power. We'll have the ability to have knockout power, but we'll also train it, incorporate it with other aspects of our strength conditioning programs, or performance programs that allow us to not burn out after one hard kick. We'll be able to repeat that kick, and that's what you'll see even when we do max outs at the end, or we do other type of burnout things such as sprints or plyometric days, getting it more explosive for an endurance period of time. So just a fun fact before we go into more.
What's with this hot taking weight?
Oh, it's so clean.
Look at just serious, just right in the face. You got to be screaming.
Oh, so strong.
Easy, it's changing.
That's what the C in UFC stands for.
He's the gorilla.
Yeah, What's up, hip hop?
As soon as you come out, you
Hip
just
hop.
I saw white light, man.
Got it?
I hold my breath too much.
You just went.
I'm not doing
I go. I go, Kyle go, Terrell go.
You warmed up on that, right?
Yeah, let me just do one of these real quick.
Wait, I thought I didn't do this before. Why am I so good at this?
I'm trying to chill.
I either do or I don't. I'm gonna do it. That's how I roll, guys. Might get that belt.
Nice. Looking like a power clean.
I got here. That's it.
I warmed up, so I think I'm on this one now, but I don't do 135, so I don't know. Updates.
that woman right there, that lady. Don't yell at her. Yell at her. The only one that's allowed to.
Who's yelling at you? I saved him with a Tina.
Boss, the real boss. What did you do before?
Oh, we need some Johnsons.
LeBron.
Right. You got the double flag. That's fine. Yeah, you got the view. You got the real view. That's it. You have powerlifting Nirvana. Why are we set up so close? Looking at Mike Callow. How is it so close? Just because it happens to go backwards? Hit the other person. Just in case he poops himself and gets on me and not the turn. Alright.
There we go. Got two.
All the rest is crowd things on the back. What? Yeah, we can try to do it. How do you do that?
Oh, yeah.
Move that way. Hey, guys, go so far. Get the hole. So you slam that shit. Did you say it? Moses took the ground. You guys, Moses split the season. That's fine, you can have it. Jesus don't touch my shit. Jesus don't touch shit.
So again, guys, let's dive back into our reps and building up for our PRs or our 1 rep max or all these other fancy acronyms that stand for other things. So again, now we've gotten our body fired up. We've gotten it synced up to where all the muscles are firing when they need to fire. Neurologically, everything's on point. Now we keep building up to our weight. The goal is to not do too many reps at a lower weight, burn ourselves out when we're especially trying to go 1 rep max. If you're doing just a 3x3, 5x3, 3x5, or normal 3x10 sets, or whatever you're doing, then it doesn't matter as much for just the 1 rep because we're not testing that. So that's where you go all out with your 4 reps, 6 reps, 8 reps, 10 reps, whatever reps you're doing. That's where you put on more weight and challenge yourself. Because we're building up to our 1 rep max, we're leaving a little bit off the top just to make sure that we're going to have that energy for the 1 rep max. Okay, guys, and again, this is where recovery becomes really important. If you notice, on these lifts, we're not rushing back on the sets because we want at least really 2 minutes off, if not 3 to 5 minutes off on certain sets, certain exercises, and how much we're really pushing ourselves. So here, we're looking for not just the synergistic firing, but the overall weight we're moving, still keeping it powerful and fast, but we're also making sure that we have the recovery time to do it again. On other days and different applications of the program, then we can look at, all right, recovery time's a little bit lower and we're trying to get back to it and keeping that endurance factor in play. Right now, 1 rep max, trying to get all the weight, build up to our strength powers. Let's get back to it, guys.
When you get up to the bar,
And as always, guys, make sure you're staying hydrated. That's why I'm going to fill up my water bottle right now.
so you bring your shins to the bar. So like, the bar's far away from you, and you're bringing your shins to the bar. So when you come up, it's out here, and your ass is coming up, and you're losing a lot of power. So you press it against your legs, keep your legs, get a lot more power.
I did that. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Got it. Put up.
So you guys just showed up today just to show everybody up? They invited you just to, make us feel weak. That's it. That's all it is.
So I get negativity.
Are we doing squat training tomorrow?
And not.
Squat training?
Well, it's your back.
From here. Yeah, Dale.
When they progress, the whole
This guy likes something earlier than they anticipated or they planned.
Yeah,
Did you use like
that's exactly what It's an explosion. It's the same thing.
Alright guys, and then as we finish up our clean and press, we're going to go into deadlift and again going for our 1 rep max. We're going to see how the 3x3 programming for all of us has paid off. We've added some strength and we've added some power on hands. If our 1 rep max has gone up, which it should have, and I think it's going to continue to from what we've seen. I think Chuck's up next and we're going for 205, and when I say we, I mean him. Going 205, right now. Nice and clean.
Fucking shark everywhere.
Chuck, don't back up.
You gotta whip from it, alright? Yeah, whoever uses this part just to run and
Get the shit out of the stick. Literally.
What's up, man?
Just interrupt the mirror space. It's all good.
Pull until you're in extension.
it's called weightlifting courtesy.
Huh?
Weightlifting courtesy.
I'm not over Dana's a gymnast, so she's gonna have like good, hip translation.
What happened?
I was like,
Guys,
go
let
for
us-
your ass. And I can do the first place.
And Dylan's done like everything. Oh! Yeah, Chuck! That looked a little dangerous though.
Drive.
Oh, he gets the press, no problem. We're gonna have to go to the highlights though and see where he's at on that clean. So again, guys, that's what we want to make sure. Even we walked into it. Okay, I just saw the replay on the delay.
You're losing all of your power down to the knees. And then you
And
stop.
that's where Evan Super Form Police comes in, and we can have those little checkpoints we look at and try and tighten up to make sure, all right, where did we break down there? And it looks like Chuck's trying to muscle that way. And that's where you're going to hear Evan and pretty much anyone looking at form repeat is don't try and muscle it. Use your form, use your technique of your hips, channeling up, driving that strength and weight. And still, obviously, we're going to use our muscles, but you're not going to consciously be contracting and squeezing before that lift happens. It's got to be everything driving from the ground up. Otherwise, it's not A, going to be a clean lift, and B, you're going to be taxing your body in ways we really don't want to tax it,
Got 6 on the list.
or that are inefficient at least. And again, guys, if you're watching on the website and you keep hearing me say, you know, you can add comments to the right, click on the actual video itself. It'll take you over to our YouTube video, and that's where we have to chat up, and that's where you can ask questions, guys.
Oh, you did?
I want to build it myself. I get to do this. Oh, come on, exhaust. I want my shit. That and there's another one that sounds awesome. I forgot the name.
There we go, Ev. Nice. Oh, yeah. That way. Oh, it's so clean.
It's called Army Tricks.
Nice. And even if you guys are on Facebook, I'm also just kind of checking in and out on Facebook. So if you guys want to leave comments here, it's another easy way to get to us.
Put your belt on. We're seeing it.
What do we got next?
Hey, no butts in my face. Still alive.
Oh, yeah.
I almost fought that. If you want one.
About time you don't know, you didn't go.
Deadlifting.
Nope.
You're doing like a static hold.
Yeah.
No, it's anyway. Doing exercise.
Watch out, I take some sex. I'm really like fucking.
All the way. That looked like the best one, right? Get one of
Pop
those
those
in
hips
town.
more.
Yeah. Blow them through the mirror. What? You knew what I was saying, Evan. Yeah, nice. Kyle just said F you weight. That's what he said. Andrew L. Like.
Oh no, right now my
Curtis, what'd you got? What are we up to? What are you doing today? Dylan, what'd you get? What am I going to?
Hey, Chuck. Hey. How much? 10? 25? I just did 135.
And what'd you get?
6 on 135.
10 on each side.
I'm doing this shrug and then I'm doing this straight here and then the rest of it. But I'm not going
I would consistently still work on that until you get that hip movement down. Like that's
How's it go again, Chuck?
until you can get that drag and hip hop, get comfortable with doing that, and then maybe next week we'll do that. Should I get behind them and spot them and do a hip hop myself?
Andrew, get that weight.
Sorry.
Back down.
Take off the top.
So I'm gonna go see the Reverend again with Mike at 10.
What? Bullshit.
At 10:10.
Nope, no time to hang out.
I got time to do 25.
Anybody got time for that?
Yeah, get your life. Now after the result, bro.
Oh, and the press. Hold my raptor up. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Feels so good.
Bring it closer in. Bring it closer in. Drag it up your legs and then pop.
You're almost frozen for me now.
You're using all arms. You're using all arms. You're doing what I do. You're using all arms.
I know.
You gotta start
I'm not
dragging
shooting.
it up.
I'm not shooting like you're shooting.
Let your hips shoot forward a little more. When you're coming up, you're almost like hopping straight up. Maybe. Well, you're almost looking back. That look. Push and get on your toes a little bit. That rock and slide pose. Yeah, Tito! Let's see it down. Let's see it down. That's time to go, Pickles. Hits. Toesies. Nice.
I can proud of that. That's a good follow up.
I gotta do Yeah, Joe. That was a shitty high five. Yeah, alright, now we're back. Alright, guys, let's get our weight over here. Drop it back down to 30 pounds. 45.
Driving here, and then once I hit this point, just literally takes me like literally, like I literally like go in the bar, and I just keep my hands around the bar, and I just come around.
That sounds safe.
No, that's it. Literally, you do your arms.
Just like go to the bar and everything will be fine.
Shows underneath it, like woo! It's fun.
That guy got paralyzed. Oh, jeez.
So brutal. Gotta go ahead.
No.
Throw it up and stay there. No.
There you go, bro. It's all about the hips. It's all in the hips.
Want to integrate with them, getting under it? Or integrate, getting under it? Yeah, that's the third. Yeah, exactly. Right after that. Oh, drop under one. Drop, yeah, exactly. Rebend your knees. Rebend your knees.
All about the knees.
Yes, it's like, it's just up here. Me? Yeah. You want 12?
Mike, how many sets are we doing? 17! 28? No. 17.
Rebend. Three more. Rebend your knees. Perfect.
Yeah, Dana. Yeah, Dylan. Dylan, you're a good coach. Evan, you don't do shit. And that's why we got the form police here, guys. Make sure that whether it's your first time or if it's your 100th time lifting or your 1000th time, little technical things stay on point, and if anything, get cleaned up a little bit more. I also like having this filming, not just for you guys, but for us, so we can see where the breakdowns are happening.
Give me some 45.
Just like you would study an opponent's fight footage, or let's say a team's film, study your own form and get a little more technical from it. I'm going to try your jumping hocus pocus. Yeah, Toad. All the reps, Kyle. Oh my God, I'll try. It works. So here.
Do this 5 times.
Yeah. Look how high he's getting.
Arm straight.
You didn't get as high.
I might have actually.
Exactly. That's just, you're literally.
So guys, Evan actually is doing a great thing, going over a little bit of good technical stuff with Kyle right now. Looking at not just the hips driving, but the repetition of it and the explosiveness of it, and really kind of showing you guys the idea of how explosive this movement is, and that's why it's so great. Not just for, let's say, strength or hypertrophy. Well, it's really actually, I wouldn't recommend just using it for those purposes by themselves, but really why it's so beneficial for athletics, or for any kind of movement. Because, again, it's talking about speed and getting those muscles to fire explosively and also together. It's one thing if your calves fire at 0.2 seconds and your hamstrings fire at 0.4 and then your back's at 0.8, but if everything goes 0.2, it's all together, that's the big difference. That's what we just saw. That was awesome. I was literally talking about getting it on the fire. Oh, shit. Straight. What? As I was listening, I was talking about getting everything to fire together, and it was just like perfect timing.
You got power?
What do we change them up, Joe? Joe, what you get? What are we going with? Whoa! Because you were doing stuff. My toe! My toe!
See what I can happen? Like, when all of a sudden you have way more power and you smoke yourself in the head. Dude.
I legit should call my wife and tell her what happened right now before I get trouble.
I'll tell her the truth.
Right? I should probably call Steph right now.
Hey, guess what happened?
I was totally thinking that was other shit.
I had a 17 left.
If anything, we have a film of it right here. We have proof.
Right.
Yeah, go on. Right? It looks like I got 7 in. What? Got him, Bill. Here's your out. Smart. Oh, you got this. You got it. Come on, Jarrell. Joe's going to get all the reps right now, guys.
Yeah. Why? What happened? I got hurt.
Get him, Jill.
It's stupid, though.
Get Jarrell.
Yeah, do you say I'm still talking myself into this one.
Certain locations are no bueno.
It's like, hold on, let me just grab
It's
this.
like a Phil shirt, you know, don't shake the fans in this one.
I'm still talking myself into it.
Hey, you got it, dude. It's gonna go right up.
Yeah, it's gonna go right up. That'll be my max then.
Yeah. That's it.
Don't
That's all
get
you
mad
need.
at me.
Why do you think people hate you, Josh?
Yeah. I did fun. Don't forget the color plate.
That's not
A what? No, no more. Yeah, 1.5.
You count?
Thanks, bud.
Don't do that.
Not,
Yeah, Jarrell!
not dropping under until
Alright guys, so we're finishing up our cleans and presses and we're going into deadlifts now. So we're kind of reaching almost the hour in time anyway, and we're going to be here for a while getting into deadlifts. I don't see too many questions on the board right now, so I'm going to cut this one a little early, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, but we don't have too many touching points. We checked on our form, we went over the benefits of the clean and press, and we also went over some of the technical points and where we can implement it. Okay, again, we've gone over building up to a 1 rep max, so I'm not going to beat a dead horse by doing it on our deadlifts again.
don't just do it all from the
But yeah, guys, we're going to go for our PRs. Next week, we're going to go into some more lifts. We're probably going to explore squats a little bit more, and then we'll go into, again, another nutritional benefit that we can have by putting certain foods and training sessions together. And because we have some of our own fighters down here getting ready for fights, we'll go into a little bit more of the benefits of lifting for specifically fighters, and then, again, where we implement it into our programs, phases, where we also have plyometrics or explosive jumps, explosive movements coming in more that aren't Olympic lifts. We'll kind of go from there, guys. So, again, I hope you guys enjoyed. We'll check you next week. Thanks for joining us on Power Hour.